it's a symbiotic and synergistic relationship. You cannot, as you said, what is the point in never touching dairy again, never having that steak that you loved so much, and eating really healthily, but then smoking cigarettes? That's to me personally, I think that's insane, actually, for a multitude of reasons. But a less extreme version of that is, again, we're trying to do all the things we can to give ourselves the best opportunity to have a positive outcome for our long-term health, not just for MS, but our long-term health, to prevent the things that kill, unfortunately, so many of us in the Western world. And if you think of it, it's almost like it's a vicious circle or a very positive circle. So if I was to think, I make poor choices with my diet. So I choose to not eat well and not to eat in a way that I know is good for me and my health. Then my mood will be lower, because eating the processed pro-inflammatory foods, not only do you feel guilty for eating them, but they physically change the chemistry in your gut, which interacts with your brain, which tells your brain that your mood is lower, that your fatigue levels are worse, you're less motivated to make good choices. So you're less motivated, you feel worse, your mood is worse. I think we could both agree that you're less likely to then exercise. You're not going to have the motivation to stick on your running kit or to get out your yoga mat or to get onto your bike, or to do your weights training, whatever it is that you do. And as you then make the choice to not do that, so then your physical fitness deteriorates. Then your motivation deteriorates further, and your symptoms get worse because you're not exercising, which then in turn takes you back to the start of the cycle where you think, well, I'm tired and I don't feel well. I'm not going to make the effort to cook the thing that I know is good for me, so I'm going to eat something horrible out of the takeaway, or I'm going to eat something from the freezer. And then you just start the cycle again. So, we don't exist in a vacuum. You can't just have, well, you could, but I don't think you're doing yourself justice to just eat well or just exercise. It's not going to give you, well, for a start, it's not going to give you that sense of ownership, of empowerment. We often talk about being the captain of your own health ship. And that sense of ownership, empowerment, of doing the right thing, actually, believe it or not, that on its own impacts your immune chemistry. That in itself will change your immune system into being less pro-inflammatory, being more anti-inflammatory. And that's what this whole thing is about, is turning down, in the early stages of MS, certainly we know that inflammation is a really big part of what's driving this disease, this condition. And everything we're doing is designed to redress that balance, to take away inflammation, and to, instead of the fight or flight response that our body is running in, which creates something called allostatic load, which creates wear and tear, like driving your car at 90 miles an hour in third gear. Instead of that, it's rest and repair. It's the green zone that we're looking for, which redresses a balance back to anti-inflammatory, which is so beneficial in many, many conditions. And that's where this all fits together. I often see it in my head as a seesaw. On one side, the immunologists call it Th1 and Th2, and that's pretty much my entire understanding of immunology. It's so complicated, but Th1 is the pro-inflammatory, in general terms, response, and many people with MS were very much bang Th1, firmly weighted towards that. Th2, on the other hand, is the anti-inflammatory side of things, redressing over to this side, and the way you achieve that is through the things that we've already alluded to. So that's diet, exercise, getting some vitamin D, meditation, medication if it's right for you. So why would you not do the things that are going to shift the seesaw massively towards, you want to pile all those 10 kilo blocks on top of each other to push the seesaw as far down that side as you possibly can. So to me, that's why you don't have diet without lifestyle. To me, it makes perfect sense. And I hope it makes sense in the way that I've explained it, but it's just so important that they work together.